Is your family caught in a dreadful cycle of grumbles and entitlement? Creating a family-wide attitude of gratitude can seem like a daunting task, especially in the midst of big emotions and challenging behaviors, but it's entirely possible. Are you ready to take that step? Well, then let's explore some practical strategies to nurture gratitude within your family so you can transform those everyday moments into opportunities for appreciation and connection. Welcome to Calm Connection Parenting. I'm your host, Jamie Kirkbride, mom of 7, parenting coach, professional counselor, and wrangler of big emotions. If you're raising a highly sensitive child with intense emotions or challenging behaviors and wondering if you'll make it through without losing your mind, you're not alone. Around here, we're all about real-life parenting, sprinkled with a little humor and a whole lot of patience. So grab your coffee, trust me, you'll need it, and join me as we explore tips, stories, and faith-based strategies to help you bring more calm and confidence into your chaotic days. Let's do this. While thankfulness is often highlighted during the Thanksgiving season, it's a concept that extends beyond the holidays. The Bible verse, "Give thanks in all things," reflects this. It calls us to a big charge, though embracing gratitude in every situation doesn't usually come naturally. It's easy to be grateful for those days that are easy, laid back, and fun. It's easy to give thanks when the kids are happy, smiling, and compliant. And I feel overcome with thankfulness when our whole family's together and everyone is enjoying each other's company. But what about those other times in life? What about those times when maybe 3 kids are crying all at once? Dinner timers are loudly screaming for your attention, and your husband texts to say he'll be home late for dinner. Is giving thanks on the tip of your tongue? What about those times when the kids are trying me to the very edge of my sanity with chores? The boys are struggling to get along and needing a steady stream of redirection. And I can't even remember the last moment I had to pursue, what's that called again? Oh yeah, a hobby. Do I feel a solid sense of gratitude then? And what about those times of holiday dread, as the interruption from the routine will cause upset, the traveling will be a huge challenge, and the unexpected plans for the holidays can cause an already irritable and dysregulated child to explode. Reminders once again that our holidays are just not what they're always cracked up to be. I'm guessing if you're anything like me, those times are trying and difficult and can yield an emotion unlike gratitude. So how do we direct our families down a course of gratitude? Cultivating an attitude of gratitude within your family truly can be life-changing. However, for some families with highly sensitive or emotionally intense children, this feat may present some unique challenges. These children, especially with their unique wiring, often focus on details or get stuck on those perceptions that lead to feelings of overwhelm, frustration, and irritability. Despite these hurdles, fostering gratitude is achievable, and it can significantly enhance family dynamics. But it is important to first understand these challenges and to validate them. Children who are highly sensitive or emotionally intense may have brain systems or wiring that are predisposed to critical perspectives, to analyzing and even over-analyzing things in order for their brains and bodies to process, understand, and even make sense of some of the feedback that they're getting from the world around them. This makes them more susceptible to negative emotions. This heightened sensitivity can overshadow positive experiences, making it difficult for them to even feel, let alone express, gratitude. Recognizing this tendency is the first step toward addressing it effectively. Children who are highly sensitive or emotionally intense will feel things deeply. They may feel things quickly, and the intensity can grow deeper than others might ever even imagine. Additionally, children with mental health issues may experience some struggles in accessing that gratitude. It may be clouded by anxiety, depression, chronic irritability, such as with DMDD, or emotional dysregulation, like we see with ADHD and DMDD both, but to differing extremes. So let's consider some strategies that can help shift this outlook that can easily overwhelm your child, your family, even your home, as these highly sensitive or uniquely wired children can be so tuned in to the stress and emotion in an environment and setting that others can simply overlook. Let's find some ideas that can encourage a reset and resilience for that attitude of gratitude that can foster the positivity and joy. I have 7 different ideas that can help us foster this gratitude daily in our homes. Number 1, maintain healthy routines. Physical well-being significantly impacts emotional health, and it can't be overlooked in establishing this attitude of gratitude that we're talking about. Ensuring that family members are getting adequate sleep, good nutrition, and even exercise can reduce irritability and make it easier to feel physically well. As a result, we are more capable or likely to feel thankful or grateful. After all, it's hard for any child to be grateful when their body is getting messages of being overtired and hungry and overwhelmed and run down. Add the other issues, and it can be a whole added layer of hard. A well-rested and nourished body will always support a healthier brain and positive mindset. Knowing that your child doesn't function well with certain things, such as the unknown, means you might need to make a routine to talk about the day's activities or the week's events and even the holiday plans ahead. This is especially important if it introduces something outside of their normal routine. And if by chance your child is overwhelmed by too much advance notice, you'll have to pay attention to that too, so that you know how much to share and when. I find that the weekly family meeting is a perfect way that we can introduce that routine that helps us know what's ahead. Try to remember that a child who doesn't feel well physically will struggle to feel well emotionally. Be patient and understanding, because they will need to have a little bit of grace in your expectations. And of course, do your part to set them up for success. Number 2, be purposeful in expressing gratitude. We oftentimes teach the basic manners like saying please and thank you, but we may not always emphasize expressing deeper sentiments of our thankfulness or gratitude. One way we can teach this in our families is to actively express it in our homes. We may voice it to a spouse or our kids. We can encourage it between siblings. We can offer it to extended family and friends, those that we meet when we're out and about. We can thank our child for words of encouragement after a tough day. We may tell a grocery store clerk how grateful we are for their happy demeanor, even though they're busy or tired. These opportunities are all around us. We just don't always take them. Don't forget, children learn by observing their parents. Regularly expressing gratitude for both the big things as well as the small things, sets a powerful example. Whether you're thanking a family member for a kind gesture or even just appreciating a beautiful day, these expressions can teach our kids to recognize and value the positive things in life. We have to remember expressing gratitude comes in various ways. Unfortunately, we often leave it unsaid or just abbreviate the thought with a quick thanks and move on. But there's truly value when we speak the whole thought. And if you need more practice, make it a game. Do some role play with your child. I like this quote, "When gratitude becomes your default setting, life changes." It's by Nancy Lee DeMoss. Number 3, focus on finding the good. It's so easy as parents for us to be keyed into what is not working well. However, shifting our perspective to recognize what's going right doesn't require more time. It's simply a matter of perspective. Encourage your family to identify and discuss what is going well. This practice shifts attention from problems to blessings, fostering that more optimistic outlook. Each week in our family meeting on Sunday evenings, we take a moment to identify what is going well. Things like chores are getting done well, or you're on time for the bus, or I hear you encouraging each other, and I like that. I see you showing respect. We notice these things before we identify those things that we want them to work on. And then we may note those things by saying things like, "I'd like to see us responding better the first time we're asked," or "let's use this week to get our rooms in order," or "focus on getting to breakfast on time." And in case you didn't notice, we're stating those things in the positive so that we're planting them in the positive in the brain. When we are grateful and thankful, it helps us to see and appreciate what is there instead of the things that aren't there. Number 4, redirect to gratitude. 2 things that hinder an attitude of gratitude are arguing and complaining. And those things can easily become a habit in your home. This is where we tend to feel like our kids are growing a sense of entitlement or expectation instead of gratitude. I encourage you to have a buzzword or some short, simple phrase your family can use when you catch each other airing a string of complaints or get stuck in the arguing cycle. It's a quick way to redirect. And once you teach these little tools, they are so quick and easy to use. For example, it might be as simple as saying, "Oops, did I just hear something?" Or referencing the short, simple Bible verse, "Oops, stay away from," and then your children can finish it, "arguing and complaining." Or, "Oops, remember, give thanks," and the kids can finish that, "in all things." These are some quick and easy ways to help redirect when you feel things are starting to get off course. Oftentimes, children just need a kind little reminder rather than being embarrassed or triggered by a strong correction. And remember, when we're dealing with these big emotions or challenging behaviors, we might need to keep in mind that their feelings are deeper and stronger. So we may need to take some time to validate what they're feeling and why it feels that way to them so that they can make the shift a little bit easier. When we don't take that time to validate, their emotions grow and escalate in order to get us to understand. So showing early that we understand and slowly making this shift back to what we can be grateful for is done respectfully and without triggering those bigger emotions. It just might take a little bit more time.
We'll be back in a moment to discuss a couple more strategies. But first, I'd like to share this.
Parenting a uniquely wired child can feel isolating, right? While other parents are talking about typical tantrums and bedtime battles, you're navigating emotional meltdowns, sensory overload, or challenging behaviors that many people just don't understand. It can be frustrating when the advice you hear just doesn't fit your child, and even harder when you feel like you're alone in the journey. But here's the truth. You don't have to settle for just surviving. In the Calm Connection Parent Coaching Program, I'll help you understand your child's unique wiring and give you faith-based practical strategies to not only manage the emotions and challenging behaviors, but actually help your whole family thrive. With video course, workbooks, a supportive community, and weekly coaching calls, you'll get personalized support every step of the way. If you're ready to stop feeling alone and start finding real solutions that work for you, your child, and your family, then visit calmconnectionparent.com to learn more. Together, let's move you from surviving to thriving. Let's do this.
Okay, we have already talked about 4 really good strategies in creating gratitude in your home, including maintaining a healthy routine, being purposeful in expressing gratitude, focusing on finding the good, and redirecting to gratitude. But let's move on to number 5, model grateful behavior. Modeling grateful behavior can be one of the most challenging aspects of developing an attitude of gratitude in your family. As parents, and especially moms, we are often the parent who spends the most time at home or with the children, and we set the tone. Whether we're optimistic or pessimistic affects the way we speak, respond, and even think. Likewise, being geared toward gratitude and thankfulness brings a whole different thought process, tone of voice, and reaction. We may train our children with our words to do something. However, we know it. Our actions will always speak much louder. They learn far more from our example than anything else. I'll gently encourage you to take a personal inventory of your grateful heart, or where you might need to do just a little bit of work. Number 6, reflect on daily gratitude. Do it daily. Take time during the day to pause and reflect on things you're grateful and thankful for. During family meals or gatherings, guide conversations toward what each person is thankful for that day. If it's not mealtime, maybe it's at bedtime, at family devotion time. But this practice shifts the focus from complaints to appreciation, fostering that positive family environment. It encourages open communication and shared positivity as a habit. This practice not only fosters gratitude, but it strengthens family bonds through shared positive experiences. It encourages everyone to look for the good in their day, no matter how small it might be. And I've talked about this with my coaching clients before. When we say something or believe something, our brain and all those neural pathways then work to find the proof of that point. So when we're taking time to note the positive and things we're thankful for, we are also prepping our brains to do more of that. Number 7, reflect on positive experiences. Encourage your family to fully engage in and reflect on those joyful moments. Whether it's a family outing or a simple game night, take time to appreciate these experiences, and it can enhance your overall happiness and gratitude. Discussing these moments afterward can also help in reliving the joy and reinforcing those positive memories. Now, you may feel some frustration when family events expose an attitude of expectation, entitlement, or even the lack of gratitude. Unfortunately, society can sometimes feed the entitlement that can so easily eat away at the gratitude that we're working to create in our families. So I encourage you to be mindful and be watching for ways that your children do express their thankfulness, and be intentional in voicing when you notice and appreciate that. Now you might be wondering, is it really worth the hard work and time? You might feel like cultivating this attitude of gratitude in your home is just too challenging or time consuming. Well, let me give you just a few reminders about why gratitude makes a difference. There's actually studies that have been done about gratitude and health. Studies suggest that practicing gratitude offers numerous benefits, some of which include improved mood, increased energy, better sleep, enhanced physical health, greater enthusiasm, heightened optimism, improved empathy, higher chances of success, deeper contentment, increased happiness, greater willingness to help others, boosted self-esteem, stronger connections and relationships, enhanced resilience, increased productivity and decision-making abilities, and on the flip side, a decrease in stress, tension, anxiety, and depression. So if you're wondering if it's really worth all the time and work it might take, let me give you a resounding yes, absolutely. Who wouldn't like these features in their families so that we can experience these benefits, especially if you're a family that has those big emotions and challenging behaviors or issues that are already surrounding you? So we need to adopt this new grateful mindset. But it might be that your family isn't exactly on course with this attitude of gratitude. In fact, your train may not even be on the track. Well, don't worry. It's not too late, and you're not alone. In fact, staying on course usually means taking inventory of where you are often, and then fine-tuning your approach as you go. It's with that way in many parts of parenting, where we have to stop, observe, and then maybe switch it up a little bit. The ideas we already talked about are ways to integrate these strategies into your everyday ways. But you might want some fun activities that can encourage you in this adventure. And you might decide to even use the holiday season as your springboard. So here's a few fun gratitude growing activities. You might hear one that you like and give it a try. Gratitude journals. Maybe each person has one of their own, or maybe you start a family gratitude journal where family members can add notes about things they're thankful for, and it serves as a constant reminder of life's positives. These activities might be both fun and meaningful, but they can reinforce this habit of gratitude. Maybe you decide to make gratitude visible. This is something that helps many kiddos, especially with ADHD, DMDD, to actually see things can help make it more real. So you might do a gratitude jar, a gratitude tree, or a gratitude board, and create the shared space where family members can add leaves or maybe even just sticky notes of gratitude or things they're thankful for. Reviewing these notes periodically then reinforces that sense of shared gratitude. Fun thank you notes, maybe making cards, but making it a habit to write thank you notes. Maybe it's for gifts. Maybe it's for something kind somebody does. Maybe it's simply to express appreciation. This practice teaches children the importance of acknowledging others' efforts, whether it's friends, family, or even community members. It reinforces expressing gratitude in another way. In our Sunday family meetings, we always choose one thing we want to do during the week to bless somebody else. And oftentimes we choose writing these notes, whether it's a note of encouragement, a note of thanks, whatever it might be. These are great ways that we can key in to those positives. acts of service, engaging in activities that help others, serving meals at a shelter, helping a neighbor, maybe volunteering as a family. But these things can cultivate a sense of gratitude for what you already have. Stories are another great way that we can illustrate gratitude, using books, movies, personal stories to highlight the theme of gratitude. Discussing the stories can help children understand and even internalize the importance of being thankful. It provides these concrete examples of gratitude in action, and it helps make the concept more relatable to their lives. And last but not least, make your plan of attack. Have a special family meeting to incorporate some of the strategies we've shared here. Maybe brainstorm some other creative ways to bring this to life with your family. You might decide to start some new traditions with the excitement of Thanksgiving or the holidays ahead. Decide how you can carry this attitude of gratitude throughout the year. You might choose practical ways. You might choose fun and exciting ways for making gratitude a new habit in your home. Fostering an attitude of gratitude within your family, especially when facing the consistent struggles of big emotions and challenging behaviors, is a journey that will require some patience and consistency. By implementing some useful strategies and making gratitude a daily practice, you can create a more positive and connected family environment. And this is a bonus. You just might find that those big emotions and challenging behaviors start losing some of their intensity in the process. And that would be a welcome bonus, I'm sure.
Thanks for hanging out with me today. Just remember, you've got this. And on the days you don't, well, we're in this together. Take a deep breath and keep building those heart-to-heart connections. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend who might need it too. And don't forget to connect with us at parentingwithpersonality.com or in our Parenting with Personality Facebook support group. We'd love to continue supporting you there. Until next time, keep calm and parent on.